Hate it when somebody says, "Oh, I didn't know I had the thought for the day," and "Oh my gosh," and "I'm not prepared," and "I'm pinch hitting for somebody who's celebrating his birthday today. I decided not to come." So I didn't know I was going to do the thought for the day. So you can hate that along with me. So here's the thing. I had a homie say to me some time ago. He goes, "Every morning when my toes hit the floor, I'm on the lookout." And I said, "For what?" He says, "For God. God's always leaving me hints. He's dropping anonymous tips." And I thought that was pretty good. What's it look like to be on the lookout? Something will happen if that's part of your intention of every day whenever your toes hit the floor, to be on the lookout. I remember about a month ago, I was walking in New York City and I was on Lexington Ave, and I see this homeless guy. He's on a bench and he has all those bags of all his belongings. And our eyes meet and we have this connection. We look at each other and he looks at me with a smile and he says, "Next time, I'm voting for you for president." It just cracked the two of us up, and anybody in earshot, we were just howling with laughter. I don't know, kind of an anonymous tip, God dropping a hint about kinship and connection and people laughing. I was on a plane not that long ago and I was waiting with Southwest Airlines and we were delayed for something in our takeoff, and the flight attendant got on and she said, "Sorry folks for the delay, we're just waiting for the arrival of the first officer." And some guy good-naturedly yells out, "You wouldn't wait for us!" And everybody laughed, and it's including the flight attendant. She goes, "Well, sir, unless you know how to fly a plane, there's not much we can do." And we're all waiting, what's he gonna say? And he goes, "Well, I can text and drive, does that count?" And we died laughing, the whole plane. And I suspect there were people on the plane who, probably didn't vote as I did in the last presidential election, and so much for division. Every damn buddy was laughing. Anonymous tips, God dropping hints. A group of us were at Chautauqua Institution, which Jose Arellano calls the Truman Show on steroids. It's kind of a rare place, beautiful place, magical place. People are quite welcoming of you guys and the homegirls. And so I gave talks every day, and then these guys would have these what they call brown bag lunches, things where people would bring their lunch and they'd talk to them, and they had one scheduled. Well, then it was so popular, they were turning so many people away. Every venue was standing room only. They added like 3 more or something, so I would always sneak in. I went to 2 of them and I'd sneak in the back so they didn't see me, so I could hear. And one of them, an older white woman, asked, "Look, I'm an older white woman. I have a lot of guilt because I'm white, and I'm a lot of privilege. What would you say to a person like me?" And Jose Arellano says, "Well, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I wouldn't feel guilty. I'd only feel guilty if I misspend my winnings." And as they say on game shows, good answer. And suddenly, anonymous tips and God dropping hints that maybe guilt is a waste of our time, and maybe we all should feel invited to be centered in the other. And finally, I went to one of these things, and again I snuck in the back, and a woman asked a question. I'm almost sure she didn't know I was there. So she said, "We're all gonna die, we're all mortal. Father Greg's gonna die. He's not gonna be around forever. So what's gonna happen to Homeboy after he's gone?" And again, Jose pauses and he gestures to all the homies and the homegirls on the panel, and he says, "All of us have keys to the place." And people burst into applause. And that's an anonymous tip, God dropping a hint about our own empowerment and our old inhabiting of leadership. Pretty good. So I would invite you, when your toes hit the floor tomorrow, and even as you are whittling them now in your shoes, be on the lookout. Amen.